Good evening, everybody. So let me just invite. No, let me invite our guest. We're inviting the biggest exporter of our time. Inviting the biggest exporter, Export Africa, Mr. Unduka. He is one of Nigeria's biggest exporter. Thank you. Welcome, 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 welcome. I believe that if you're live on this, if you're live, you want to learn everything about exportation. If you're live here, you want to learn everything about exportation. Exportation, already, we know what importation is. We also know what exporting means. Exporting is sending out goods from here, Nigeria, or wherever you are, to another country. That's exportation. You're exporting. Now, but a lot of people do not know that you can make a lot of money exporting goods from one country to another. We're always focused on importation, but the real money lies in exporting. It could be your natural resources, it could be something you produced yourself, it could be just anything. Mr. Unduka Ude is the CEO of Export Africa now, and he held one of the biggest conferences in Lagos recently, and it was massive. So I invited him here to tell us everything about importation, how we can make money from zero to selling on Amazon and all the big platforms. And I'm sure that you'll be thrilled to listen to this powerful man speak. You would be thrilled. So I'm trying to, okay, I've seen him. Yeah. He's joining us soon. Exportation, yes, exportation. So, like I said, we are always focused on importation, but we do not know that the real money lies in exporting. And that is where people are making money. If you want to make a lot of money, if you want to earn in dollars, if you want to earn in foreign currency, you want to make your business global, then you need to start learning how to export. Exports from, I know I have a lot of Nigerian Ghanaian audience here. You need to learn how to export from your home country to other countries. Good evening, Belmo. Good evening. Okay, so I believe that if you're here, you are somebody that wants to take your business from 0 to 100 through exportation. You want to learn how to, display your products on Amazon and all the rest platform where people are making a lot of money. Our guest is
Hey,
okay,
how are you?
okay, okay. Hello.
Can you hear me? How are you, coach?
Oh my God. I think I can't hear you because I have a mic on.
Oh,
So I think I have to disconnect my mic because I can't hear you.
okay.
Okay? Please. Yeah.
So,
So,
so can you hear me now?
okay. Yes, I can hear you
Awesome,
perfectly.
awesome. So how are
Okay.
you? It's such a pleasure to hook up with you.
Yes. So, so it's amazing. So I was telling my audience just now
Yes,
that exportation is where the real oil money is. A lot of people are focused on how can I import, how can I
yes.
import, how can I import, what am I supposed to bring
Mm-hmm.
in? But forgetting that for you to scale globally,
Yes,
you need to start learning how to export, visionize your business into the global market.
yes.
And that is why we have the Odogus, the Jagaban of exportation, like you,
Uh,
like you. Welcome, Mr.
thank you,
Undukawudi.
thank you so
Okay,
much.
so I have already introduced you earlier,
Yes.
so I'm just going to go straight for you to preach to us,
Mm.
please. Before I go, so we understand that you held the biggest export conference
Mhm.
in Lagos.
Yes.
Can
So
you
you see,
tell me how you came about it
you
and
see,
what's the
you see, one
purpose?
of the things you see is, look, things are tough in Nigeria. There's no hiding that fact. And it's not just Nigeria, it's all across Africa, whether you're in Ghana or wherever you are. And that's why we see a huge opportunity for Africans to go into export. Look, there is so much money to be made in export, right? And the earlier we understand it, the quicker we tap into it, the better. In Nigeria, for example, I always tell people, look, you need to move from earning in naira to earning in dollars. And the facts are there, the statistics are there, right? There's something I was looking at the other day, and you know, I looked at somebody who in 1980, right, had $1 million in $1 million in their account. In 1980, you are a Nigerian and you had $1 million in your account. It was equivalent to $1.8 million. So $1 million, 1980, was about $1.8 million. Now, $1 million naira is not even up to $1,000. You can see how far things have gone from $1.8 million to less than $1,000. Now let's reverse that, because we need to think about this. Let's reverse that. Imagine if you woke up today and they told you that in 1980, your grandfather left $1 million in an account, and that you are the next of kin. That $1 million they left in 1980 is yours. How much would that be to you? That's about 1.2 billion naira. Not million, 1.2 billion. So you see, we have to go into export, irrespective of what it is that you are doing. We need to go into export. And why I'm so passionate about preaching export to people is because we have seen that going into export is probably the easiest business anybody can think of. A lot of people look at it as being difficult. Again, anything that you do not know about, that thing is difficult. But when you know it, it's just like, somebody who is a doctor. If I'm a doctor today and, they bring one illness to me, I'll just look at it and say, oh, this is the medicine you need to take. This is this. But somebody who is not a doctor will be baffled. And that is how it is. And that's why I have made it my vision, my mission, to teach people about how to go into export, right? That is what we are here for. And that's what we're going to be dealing with today. So again, thank you for having me on this session. And
you're welcome, sir. Okay, so now I am a newbie. I'm sure this is the question most of us have here.
Yes.
I'm a newbie. I don't know anything about exports. I don't know what to export. I'm not a sole producer to anything, right? So how do I get started? What do I need to put in place to start exporting my whatever I want to export?
The thing is, I always tell people that the best position to be to go into export is as a newbie. And a lot of people think, oh, I say it because I just want, people to start invest. No, one of the things we have seen about export is that the people that have the biggest challenge going into export are people who already make existing products. You know why? Because a lot of times they have made their products for the Nigerian market. They have not made their products for the international market. So when you now tell them that, look, this product, this label you have, this packaging you have does not meet the standard to sell in the US or Canada or UK, it's always very difficult for them to go back and start modifying that package. But as a new person, if you come into our world, as a new person, we put you through what we call the PSS system. It's a system that we have seen that works for anybody. The first P is preparation stage. We show you how to prepare that product, all the steps you need to do, so that by the time you get that product to the final buyer, the buyers in the USA, the product is good to go. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think that, whatever I have in Nigeria works over there. It doesn't work that way. You can have a product that is doing so well in Nigeria, you are selling out, you are catching out. And you now say, you know what, I want to make more. I want to earn in dollars. Let me begin to do X, Y, Z. And then you try the product out there, and what do you see? Nobody wants to buy it. Why? Because that product has not been configured for the international market. And that's why I tell new people, there is a process you need to go through. It's not, it's It's about knowledge. It's about learning, right? In anything you do, you need to. The biggest mistake a lot of people make too is that they try to jump into export without having the right knowledge. When you have the right knowledge, when you know the things that you are supposed to do, it changes everything, right? So don't be discouraged that, oh, I'm new into export, I don't know anything. I want to look, just follow my, there's no way you will follow my teachings. You follow me on Instagram, you follow me on YouTube. There is no way you will follow me for a month that you will not know the things that you ought to do when it comes to export. It's just, so again, as a new person, you need to understand the process that is involved, the preparation. What products are they looking for out there? Those are the key things you need to understand. What are the products that are in demand? Don't just wake up today and say, oh, I want to be an exporter and I'm going to be exporting Gary or I'm going to be exporting palm oil. Whereas there's already too much of that out there. You have to look and do there's what we call product profitability analysis. And when we do that profitability analysis for you, we are going to take a look at the product. So, for example, you come to us and you say, you know what, I want to start doing tiger nut milk. Let me give an example. I had a talk with a lady yesterday. The lady is actually based in the USA here in Minnesota. So she spent so much, close to $3,000, importing tiger nut into the USA. And she said she wants to start selling tiger nut milk. But the challenge that she's having is that for the past 1 or 2 months that she's been trying to sell it, they have not been able to make a sale. So she now called me and said, okay, what do I do? How do I get, this is what I want to export. And then when I broke it down for her, the first thing I asked her was, did you run a demand analysis? Do you know if there's a demand for this tiger nut milk in the first place? And then we went to Amazon. I showed her how you can use Amazon's platform to know if there's a demand. And at the end of the day, we discovered that even as big as Amazon was, the highest demand for that product on a monthly basis was about $3,000. But she was making sales. But yet, that same tiger nut that she brought, if she had, instead of making tiger nut milk, if she had converted it into tiger nut flour, it's a bigger demand for that. So again, before you go into export, you need to do the groundwork. You need to understand this product that I'm thinking of exporting. Do I have, is there enough demand for that? That's the first step.
Okay. Yeah. So I have heard you talking about how we can earn in dollars exporting everyday items. Now, my question is, let's say I want to export something like honey. Yes. How will I know that it is very profitable to start with?
Okay. That's a very good question. So the thing about this product is, look, you want to export and sell in a place like the USA, you want to sell in the UK, you want to sell in Canada, obviously places where you have people that have the money, that are ready to really buy from you. The first thing you need to know is what kind of demand is there. And there are tools. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot absolutely free in this webinar. There are tools out there that you can use to know if a product is in demand. Let me tell you, the very first tool that you need to use is Amazon itself, right? Because everybody shops on Amazon. So we can take it to be an authoritative fact that if you have a product and they are doing maybe $100,000 a month, or you have a particular seller who is selling maybe 5,000 of those products every month, then there is a demand for it. Now, when you go to Amazon now, Amazon has changed a lot. When you go to Amazon and say you are trying to export maybe the honey, like you said, or it could even be African black soap, and you go to Amazon, you type in honey, you are going to see various sellers of honey. And right below them, you are going to see that this particular honey, they've sold maybe 3,000 pieces this month. This next one, they've sold maybe 5,000 pieces this month. What does that tell you? That tells you that that product is in demand. And then the next thing you need to do is simple. Just take a look at that product, right? And see if your pricing. You can sell it below what those people who are selling 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a month are selling. That is it. You have just done your research. Now, if you are somebody who wants to go in deeper into doing more serious research, there's a tool called Jungle Scout. So if you are listening to me, just write it down, junglescout.com or helium10.com. There are two software platforms. Unfortunately, they are paid. So when you type junglescout.com and you go to their platform and you sign up, you are going to be able to take a particular product that sells on Amazon, key it into the system, and it will show you how much that particular product is selling on a monthly basis. So again, if I take a product, let me give an example. You have some ginger tea. Ginger that is everywhere in Nigeria. There's a company who is doing close to $2 million every month just selling ginger tea bags. And this company, they are based in Egypt. They get the ginger from Egypt. So the question is, what is it that we Nigerians that have this ginger, we have the tiger nut, we have the neem leaves, the dogon-yaros, we have the lemongrass, we have the baobab, we have the palm oil. Why is it that we are not dominating the export markets? It's because of knowledge. We don't know this knowledge, right? So simple to summarize your question, how do I know that this particular honey is in demand? Simply go to Amazon, type honey, look at the numbers that people selling similar things are selling. If you now do your calculation and see that you can buy and sell that honey cheaper than that product, you have a winning product. It's as simple as.
Okay, so now what if I don't have a product? Can I sell other people's products? I feel like that, like, let's say it's affiliate marketing. I know selling other people's stuff is affiliate marketing, but that's aside that now. How do I sell other people's products, to just start? Because I cannot be producing anything. So I want to help other people to sell.
So that's another very, very exciting question. If I don't have a product, can I start by selling other people's product? Definitely the answer is yes. Most people that sell are resellers. They are not the ones, that own the product that they sell. So what do? It's very simple. The first thing I will still say is you decide on a particular product you want to sell. Say you've decided, I want to sell a tiger nut, for example, or neem leaves, or you want to sell baobab leaves, or you want to sell date. These are all things that are available in Nigeria. The first thing, like I said, is go and do your profitability analysis, verify, make sure that there is a demand for that product, right? I already discussed how to do that. Now, after you have verified, right, the next thing you do is simply, look, Amazon allows you to sign up an account from Nigeria. You don't need to wait anymore. The whole platform is open. Everywhere is open for Nigerian businesses. Sign up for an account. And if you go to my YouTube platform, I have a free teaching there, and it's the same link at Unduka Ude, where I show you how to set up your absolutely free Amazon account from Nigeria. Set it up. That's it. You have a product. Now, if that product is what you want to sell, look for an existing manufacturer that is already selling it. You've done your research. Yeah. You found out that you can sell it at this price. This is what they are selling. Look for a manufacturer that is selling it, buy it from that manufacturer, and that is it, right? So it's as simple as that, there are many products out there. There are many manufacturers who are making various products, again, that you can buy from them and resell. It's as simple as that. But the only word of caution I'm going to give somebody who wants to sell product that somebody else is selling is to be sure, because again, we've seen this many times. So let me give you an example. We had a company somebody who came to us, he was buying products from one company, was trying to sell it on Amazon, put it on Amazon and was doing, started selling. And all of a sudden, the company came and saw that their product were selling on Amazon. What they were selling for maybe equivalent of $2 is now selling on Amazon for like $14, $15. And they're like, look, this is our product. We want. So they came and said, look, we want to be the one selling. We are no longer going to sell to that person. So what do? When you are signing such agreements, make sure you sign an agreement that says you are going to be their distributor for selling this product in the USA, right? So that when you start selling, they don't come back to you and say, "Look, we want to take over the products." And you understand? So, so you need to be cautious of such things,
Okay.
But again,
so I know that this. Sorry for cutting you short. So there's this question that is on everybody's mind. I'm very sure. Is would you how can I get buyers for my products in the USA? How does your company help with that?
So you think when a lot of people feel, I see so many stars. It's like everybody has been waiting for this question, right? See, a lot of people feel that the most difficult part of export is finding buyers, right? But I'll tell you, the most difficult part is preparing your product for export. That's the most difficult. Why do I say this? Because again, if you have a product that is selling in a supermarket for $10 and you can manufacture it in Nigeria cheaper for $6, if you go to any supermarket, they will buy that product from you. But why is it that they are not buying from Nigerians? Why is it that Nigerians are failing? Because we are not wanting to prepare that product to meet the international standard. We don't know how to prepare it. We don't know how to make sure the labels work, right? The label that you are using for your product in Nigeria, that is NAFDAC label and all that, is not the same as the FDA label that is needed to sell that same product in the USA. So again, you need to do that. That's the challenge. So when people say, "Oh, I can't find buyers, all I need to do is say, "Send me your product." When they send me the product and I look at it and I tell them, "Look, this product does not meet the requirements to enter the USA. So how do you think you'll find buyers?" And that's why a lot of people have problems. They now send that product to an African store, they ship it, they send it to their friends or relatives abroad, and they say, "Find me buyers for this." When they carry that product to the various stores, the stores will reject it because it does not meet the requirement for selling there. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to make sure you take a look at your product, make sure you understand the requirements to sell that product. You understand how they want it packaged, how the labels should be, how the nutritional labels, how so many things should be. Once you have that right, you are good.
Okay.
But again,
okay, so now is it advisable to sell?
Go ahead.
Is it advisable to sell, to individual abroad, one-on-one, like giving people one-on-one, or can we broaden to stores or Nigerians abroad?
So the question is, if you are a business person in Nigeria, how do you want to be giving people one-on-one? You understand?
Yeah.
You are not even a business person in Nigeria and you are abroad. How many can you sell by giving it to somebody one-on-one? The focus for any serious business person, number one, get your product on a place like Amazon. Number two, get your product in other retail stores. And then the third one you can think of will be things like setting up your own e-commerce website. Right now, that is not something that is easy to do again, because if you set up your own e-commerce website, you're going to need to do marketing. You're going to need to do so many things, to get people to know the site. When people buy from you, you are going to need to ship it to them and so many things. So again, I tell people the easiest thing to do, once you've made sure that your product meets the specifications. And again, like I said, follow my pages, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. I will teach you, this is just, we can't really do everything in 1 hour, in a 1 hour session, right?
Yeah.
So you have to,
yeah,
first of all, make sure that your product meets the requirements. And then there are ways to get your products into various stores, many ways. A lot of people do it from Nigeria. I have so many people who do it. We have a customer now from Abuja who does anywhere from close to 25 to 30 million every month selling products to people. No, I'm serious. So there are ways.
Wow.
There are ways to do these things. Sorry. Let me fix my screen. There are ways to do these things. You just need to, first of all, like I said, make sure you have a product that meets the requirements that they need to sell there. So that when somebody carries out your product to a store, they look at it, the pricing is right, you have no issues, right? And these are things we show people how to do, like I said, go to our website, exportandsell.com. You have all the details. You can reach out to us and say, look, I have this product. I need help getting it ready for the US market. Somebody will reach out to you and show you all the things that you need.
Please, somebody, a generous person should please type the handle that he just called, Export Africa Now. I'm correct, right? Export Africa Now. Somebody should tag it so that everybody would see. So please, if you heard that correctly, tag it on the comment section and follow. No, it's not to collect free lecture. You know that anything free, you people like it, but you don't need this to follow and do the work. No, zero. You people like free things, but you don't want to listen. Please type it and then follow that page so that you can get please, there's some questions I would like to ask. How do we ship our goods from Nigeria here to the US? I want to start exporting. I've figured out what I want to do. Now I want to export.
So remember I said when I was starting this that there is a system that we have developed that works, right? The PSS system. The first one is preparing your product. Once you have your product prepared, that it is ready for the market that you are going to, you have no problem. Now, the second one is the send. That is the shipping process. The second one is the send. Now, when you are sending that product, you need to also understand the shipping rules, right? I think that was like 2018. I was in my office in Houston, and a lady called me on the phone. I was just, busy trying to prepare a shipment, a huge shipment. We're shipping from Houston to Lagos out, right? Busy. The phone just rang. And this lady was like, oh, she saw me on YouTube and, she shipped a lot of items, about 350 kilograms worth of items. And that's a lot of items into the USA, and it was seized, right? That the US FDA seized it. The lady was virtually weeping on the phone. 350 kg will cost close to $3,000 to ship, just the shipping. She was going to lose all that. The FDA gave her like two options. One is either you go back and do the correct documentation and then we'll release it. If you can't do the correct documentation, we are going to ship the items back and they will pay for the shipping. Or they destroy the items, right? The total value of what she shipped was close to $5,000. So 5,000 plus almost 3,500, she was going to lose close to $8,500 because she did not follow the correct process for shipping. And that's why when we bring people in, it's not just about having the right product. You can have the right products, but if you don't know the correct way to ship, and I can tell you for a fact, there are many companies in Nigeria who claim they know the right process to ship commercial quantities that are doing it wrong. And that's why if you listen to the NAFDAC DG, the NAFDAC DG came out some time ago, Google it. She said that over 70% of items, especially food items and cosmetics to a large item, that people are shipping abroad are being held. Over 70%. Now, she didn't say seized. They are being held. So initially, they will hold it. And then because the people did not do the right thing from day one, they will now start asking them, bring this, bring that. They now bring it. In the whole of that process, it's going to cost you. Demurrage is piling. And you have to pay those things before it goes. So you need to understand the right process. And that's why I say again, reach out to us. We have lectures, we have series, we have trainings that we will show you the right way to ship this thing. Now, again, it's not something I'm going to be able to talk about in an hour, because the process required to ship food is different from the process required to ship cosmetics. Now, do you know why we have so much, like the NAFDAC DG said, 70% of items are being held? You know why? It's simple. In the last couple of years, we've had so many people traveling abroad, right? So when people used to ship small quantity because of the huge amount of Nigerians in Canada, huge amounts of Nigerians in UK, there's now more demand. Before, when you ship as a business person, you were having smaller orders. A lot of those small orders fell into personal quantity. And when you are shipping items as personal quantity, you don't have to do a lot of paperwork and documentation. But once you are shipping in a quantity that becomes a commercial quantity, the documentation process changes. And once you get that documentation process wrong, what happens? They will seize your item. So shipping, there's so many things you need to do. You need to be sure of how to do your commercial invoice. You need to be sure of how to prepare your packing list. If it's food, you need to make sure you have, again, take note of this. Make sure you have your FDA food facility registration if you're shipping to the US and Canada, right? Make sure you have the right clearing agent that knows how to clear those shipments, right? So once you have these four things in place, you should have no problem. And again, a place like the US, you have the option to ship absolutely duty free. There's a legislation in the US called AGOA that if you understand this legislation, every single thing that you are shipping to the USA, you'll be able to ship it duty free. So again, shipping is the next step. Get it right, you will have no problem. People are doing it. There are people who have taken the time to learn, right? And they are doing it well. They are making money. They are growing their business. They are earning in dollars. We even have people from Nigeria who have never traveled abroad that have now opened companies in the USA, right? Imagine it. You are in Nigeria, because you are doing so much, you've been able to open a company in the USA. You have a USA bank account. And that's growth. That is where we want every Nigerian to be. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, people, push group people, should we bring him to push group to come and teach? And we're going to invite him to the push group to come
No
and
problem.
teach.
I'm
Push
always
group,
available.
if you want him, if you want him in push group, say hi. Thank you so much. You've already answered the question. I wanted to ask you if there's a training or conference coming up, but I think you've answered that. Said, is it on the link in your bio?
Yeah, just follow the
We'll go to the link.
Go to exportandsell.com. We have various options. Go to Export Africa now, any of our platform. Even go to the link, send me a DM, right, on this Instagram. We'll send you all the details of our next available trainings.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Please, is there how we already typed your business page, so we can follow you from there. If there's anybody that is up for assistance, the person should just help recruit people. So thank you so much. It has been an amazing section. In fact, even me, if I want to start exporting, I have something
So
to
you're not
export.
exporting now. What are you waiting for? You're earning in Naira.
No, I will export. No, it's under production. It's under production, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
I like that. Better start. So there's a lot of money to be made in export. A lot. You can see our Naira that, look, until we start exporting, we are not going to have the Naira where it was. The CBN, they did a lot of things, push dollar. The Naira went from 1,007 to about close to 1,000. It has come up again to about 1,200. You see, it's coming up. There is the demand for dollar. And until we get it right, everybody should start earning in dollars. It's the only thing that will save us.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you so much. We can't wait to have you in. Yes, okay, we've tagged the page. So follow Export Africa now. Don't go and be sending him there. This is his personal page. Go to Export Africa now and send all your messages, all your inquiries. You want to start shipping to any country you want to start shipping to. You want to export. You want to join the class because you need to learn.
Yes, very.
Please go to Export Africa now and register for their class. Very affordable. So thank you so much. It was nice having you.
Take care.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so please wait a minute. We want to know if there are maybe one or two questions from the comment section that we can answer.
Go ahead.
Means you have time for that. Okay. Please, if you have any question, kindly drop. I'm going to take questions from only 3 4 people. 3, 4 people. Please, if you have a question, somebody asked if, apart from the US, can he also export to somewhere like the UK?
Definitely. The training that we give you will cover, will teach you how to export to virtually anywhere in the world. It will teach you, so you don't need to.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. You have less than 5 seconds to ask your question. What's the name again to register? Go to Export Africa now to ask your, okay. Must it be only food items that can be exported?
No, anything from fashion to cosmetic to art and craft to woodwork to leather to dog clothes. There's nothing that you can't export. Virtually anything. Just make sure you've followed the process. You've prepared the product to meet the demand, and we can show you how to do that. You know how to ship, we can show you how to do that. You know how to find buyers, we can show you how to do that. So virtually anything is acceptable for export.
Okay, okay. So somebody also asked that he wants to start shipping to Gambia. I think you've answered that already, that the training covers all of these countries, right?
Yeah. It's basically the same process.
Okay. So I think all the questions, does he help people to export? Yes. Go to the class, go. If you want their services, it will be rendered. If you want to learn, good. So anyone you want, go to the Export Africa now, and click the link in their bio to register. They say they are running to your DM. ASAP. ASAP.
That's
Go.
fine.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
God bless
Coach.
you.
It's
Thank you.
a
Bye.
pleasure being with you. Bye-bye.
Yes. Thank you.